Welcome to today's medical consultation. Imagine we're just sitting down together in my private clinic. Every single year, we spend billions of dollars on supplements. Yet for the vast majority of people, that money literally goes down the drain with zero results. And look, it's not because the supplements themselves are useless, it's actually because of completely preventable errors in how we choose, dose, time, and combine them. So today we're going to diagnose exactly why your supplements aren't working, and more importantly, how to fix your routine once and for all.
To do this, we're going to walk through a comprehensive assessment protocol. We'll start with the foundation, move into dosage correction, optimizing absorption, form selection, and wrap it all up with the final prescription. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The foundation. And spoiler alert, the very first prescription in this medical protocol doesn't involve a pill bottle at all. It's actually food.
Here's a harsh medical reality we need to face. Supplements absolutely cannot compensate for a poor diet. I really want to hammer this home. If you're eating a standard Western diet, heavy in refined carbs, sugar, and processed junk, you are actively draining your body's essential nutrients, things like magnesium, B vitamins, and zinc, way faster than any pill could ever hope to replenish.
But the problem goes way deeper than just nutrient depletion. Systemic inflammation literally blunts your body's ability to even use those nutrients. The metabolic chaos caused by a bad diet actively blocks your cells from absorbing the supplements you're taking. You could be swallowing the most expensive capsules on the market, but if your blood sugar is a mess and you're chronically inflamed, your cells simply won't take them in. Diet is the absolute foundation here.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, dosage correction. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the illusion of the RDA.
We see those three letters, RDA, or Recommended Dietary Allowance, on almost every single supplement bottle. But medically speaking, the RDA is basically just a starvation dose. It's simply the absolute minimum intake required to stop you from getting severe acute deficiency diseases like scurvy from zero vitamin C or rickets from zero vitamin D. It was never, ever designed to fix a chronic deficiency or serve as a therapeutic target to optimize your immune system.
Just look at the reality of this comparison. The RDA is that bare minimum baseline on the left, just keeping you from acute illness. Meanwhile, a true therapeutic dose on the right actually restores your depleted levels and optimizes your biological function. Trying to use a measly RDA dose to fix a severe nutrient deficiency is literally like trying to fill an empty swimming pool with a garden hose running at the lowest possible pressure. The gap is just massive.
Let's look at a really striking example. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. The RDA is a tiny, tiny number, just 1.2 milligrams. But the therapeutic range? For real nervous system support and mitochondrial energy production, your body might need up to 500 times that RDA. This is especially true on a modern diet, because high carbohydrate intake burns through your B1 reserves incredibly fast. Or think about vitamin D3. 10,000 IUs sounds like a huge number when you compare it to the tiny 600 to 800 IU RDA. But 10,000 IU is not some dangerously high megadose. In fact, if you just spend 30 minutes in direct summer sunlight, your body naturally generates about 10,000 IU of vitamin D right through your skin. Therapeutic doses are often just mirroring what our bodies were naturally designed to handle anyway.
Right. Let's head into Section 3, optimizing absorption. Because even the perfect therapeutic dose is completely useless if your body can't absorb it. Let's talk about timing and fat pairing.
These essential nutrients you see here, vitamins D3, K2, A, E, omega-3s, and CoQ10, they're all fat-soluble. What does that mean for you? It means they absolutely must be taken with a fat-containing meal to unlock their absorption. I see patients all the time taking their fish oil or vitamin D in the morning with a cup of black coffee on an empty stomach. If you do that, those nutrients are passing right through your digestive tract. You absolutely have to pair them with dietary fat.
And that brings us right to timing. Here is a highly practical daily dosing schedule that perfectly aligns with your body's natural physiological rhythms. In the morning, take your B vitamins and iodine. These stimulate cellular energy and thyroid function, so taking them at night would totally wreck your sleep. At lunch, which usually has some healthy fats, take those fat-soluble vitamins we just talked about to maximize absorption. And in the evening, go for magnesium glycinate, which actively lowers cortisol and shifts your nervous system into recovery mode for deep sleep.
But optimizing absorption isn't just about food and timing. It's also about synergy. We need to talk about cofactors. Cofactors are companion nutrients your body needs to carry out specific biochemical functions.
In nature, nutrients never operate in isolation. If you take a massive dose of a single nutrient while you're severely deficient in its companion, you are going to see seriously diminished results.
Let's move to and see how this builds with a crucial medical example, the vitamin D3 pathway. Step 1. You ingest vitamin D3, which tells your gut to absorb more calcium. But here's the catch. Step 2. You actually need magnesium to activate that vitamin D3 in the first place. And step 3. You absolutely need vitamin K2 to act like a traffic cop, directing that newly absorbed calcium straight into your bones. Without K2 and magnesium, taking high-dose D3 can actually cause that calcium to deposit in all the wrong places, like your arteries and soft tissues.
Moving on to Section 4, Form Selection. It's the chemical battle of synthetic versus bioavailable.
This right here is one of the biggest culprits. Go check your B12 supplement right now. Does the label say cyanocobalamin? That is a cheap synthetic form that requires your liver to unreliably convert it, and it literally releases trace amounts of cyanide during the process. No thanks. Instead, you want methylcobalamin. This is the biologically active form that your nervous system can use directly and immediately. I highly recommend checking your labels and throwing out that synthetic cyanocobalamin.
And here are a few other massive red flags you want to avoid. Magnesium oxide. It has a dismal absorption rate of just 3 to 4% and basically acts as a laxative. Calcium carbonate is essentially just poorly absorbed limestone. Ferrous sulfate causes terrible gastrointestinal distress. And please pay special attention to folic acid. A significant portion of the population carries a genetic variant called MTHFR, which literally prevents them from using synthetic folic acid. They need the active form, methylfolate, instead.
Finally, we reach Section 5, the final prescription. Let's fix your protocol.
Consider this your definitive nutrient form cheat sheet. These are the crucial swaps you need to make today so you're getting forms your body can actually use. Ditch the cheap magnesium oxide for magnesium glycinate. Swap cyanocobalamin for methylcobalamin. If you see folic acid, replace it with methylfolate. For vitamin A, get rid of synthetic retinol and just eat egg yolks or tick cod liver oil. And avoid those harsh ferrous sulfate pills. Get your iron from natural whole food sources like liver and red meat instead.
Which brings us to one final critical question. Are you ready to stop just treating symptoms and actually start fixing the foundation? Remember, fixing the form, correcting the dose, pairing with the right cofactors, and above all, building on the foundation of a whole food diet, that is the only true way to get real health results. Supplements absolutely can work, but only if you stop making these completely preventable errors. Audit your medicine cabinet today, and I guarantee you'll start feeling the difference. Thanks for joining me for this consultation, and keep learning to protect your health.